Hey there, Mama, and welcome back to another episode of Teach Your Littles at Home. I'm Lauren Brainerd, and today we're talking about one of my favorite ways to bring learning to life by taking field trips right in your own neighborhood. You don't need to travel far or spend a lot of money to give your preschooler a variety of hands-on learning experiences through field trips right in your neighborhood. Some of the very best field trips are just around the corner from home. So let's dive into 10 simple and fun places to visit with your little one in the upcoming weeks. Hey there, Mama. I'm Lauren Brainerd, and this is Teach Your Littles at Home. I'm so excited you have tuned in as I share fun and hands-on activities you can use right away to help you play and learn with your little ones. So let's dive right into today's episode so you can make more memories than you ever dreamed of. Every time we start a new learning theme, I love to take a trip to our local library to find a few books to go along with the theme we are learning. Reading books is so important to work into your schedule because our children learn so much when we read them a book or when they read it on their own, whether it is new words, vocabulary, comprehension, or even just listening to the way that our voice change as we read a book. You can check out a story time session at the library. You can even just explore the children's section on your own and let your child pick out a few books to take home. It's a great way to build excitement around reading as we let them just explore all the books that the library has to offer. The second field trip we're talking about today is somewhere you probably go every single week anyways, but today we're going to turn it into a field trip. If you haven't already guessed, I'm talking about the grocery store. The grocery store is a great place to turn a regular shopping trip into a learning adventure. You can talk about the different types of foods, count fruits and vegetables, and even let your child help pick out ingredients for a meal. You can practice sorting by colors or shapes as you walk through each aisle. And if you can find a grocery store with children's shopping carts, this makes shopping extra fun. I can tell you that once my little ones figured out what a children's shopping cart was, they would then ask if we were always going to that specific grocery store because they love to push the little kid carts themselves. The third field trip we're talking about is the post office. So if you have kids who love to draw, write, or are constantly creating little notes and bringing them to you, then the post office is a great field trip. Letting your kids experience getting to stuff a letter or an art project into an envelope, seal it themselves, put the stamp on it, help you write their name in the top corner, and then you can fill in the return and to addresses, is just so much fun because they feel so involved in the process. So you can make this as simple as just going and finding a mailbox to put a letter in, or you can take it a step further and go to your actual neighborhood post office. The kids can walk up to the mail counter and bring their letter. You can purchase an individual stamp, let them put it on the envelope, and then walk over to the mailbox and put it in. It will give them such a feeling of accomplishment and of self-responsibility as they're able to mail this letter themselves. Do your children also get excited when they see a fire engine drive by? If so, then our fourth field trip to the fire station would be a great choice. Many fire stations do offer free tours for young children where your preschooler can meet firefighters, see a fire truck up close, and learn about fire safety. All of this is done in a way that's both fun and memorable, so make sure to call ahead to see if your local station offers tours. If they don't, then another great option can be finding out if there's a time of year when they do a toy drive. So at Christmas time every year, our fire station does a toy drive. So we can usually get to take a peek at the fire truck or at least meet a firefighter when we drop off the toy. Our fifth field trip today is a bakery. So a bakery visit can be a literal treat to walk into. You can taste sweet things, but if you can find a bakery that has a window into the back where they're making things, sometimes you can get to watch how bread and pastries are made. It gives you an opportunity to talk about ingredients. And maybe you'll even get to try a special treat together. I love visiting a bakery because it's a great way to introduce my kids to new foods and to really spark curiosity in their minds about baking. After visiting a bakery, it's really fun to come home and get in the kitchen with your kids and make something together. And I want you to remember that field trips do not need to be fancy. Even just a simple trip to the park for our 6th field trip can be full of learning opportunities. You can collect leaves, you can look for different birds, talk about the changing season. You can even bring along a magnifying glass that you can use to explore bugs and flowers up close. This spring, we are getting ready to do a farmer's market theme, so I love to take a trip to the farmer's market. It's a great way to teach children where food comes from. You can meet local farmers, talk about different fruits and vegetables, and maybe even let your preschooler pick out a new food to try. This really helps build healthy eating habits in a really fun way, since they're seeing everything through the eyes of a child. We personally go to a farmer's market every weekend, and we always buy from the same farm stand. We love their fruit. We've gotten to know the people that work there, and they always have fruits to sample as you're walking through their market. So our kids look forward to it every single week. Field trip number 8 is a trip to the pet store. If your kids are anything like mine, then animals are always a hit with preschoolers. We love to walk into our local pet store where we can see a bunch of different animals up close. Our pet store has a doggy daycare and a grooming salon. So we can usually see a few dogs, maybe some cats. You can always see fish, usually hamsters and guinea pigs, and there's always a variety of fun reptiles you can see as well. It's a great opportunity to see animals up close. You can talk about pet care, the sounds that animals make, and even practice counting some fish in the tanks. Number 9 is visiting a garden center. Going out with your kids and exploring nature is a great way to see plants up close. But if you want to see many different types of plants in a really controlled setting, then visiting a garden center is a great choice. You can teach your kids about plants and about gardening and how to take care of the plants that they see. You can talk with them about all the different shapes and sizes they see. They can smell some flowers and they can learn how things grow. You could even pick out a small plant to take home and care for together to help you remember this field trip and really apply what they're seeing to their own lives. For our last field trip today, I highly encourage you to visit a police station. So many police stations welcome young visitors. This is a great way for children to meet a friendly police officer, see a patrol car, and learn a lot about community helpers and what they do in our neighborhoods. I love going into the police station so that we can talk about safety in a really positive way and talk about all the ways that the police help to keep our city safe. The best part is they usually give our kids a few fun souvenirs in return that they get to take home with them. Sometimes we'll even get to see the inside or outside of a police vehicle up close. So there you have it, 10 simple and fun neighborhood field trips that you can go on with your preschooler without a lot of preparation or planning. Each of these trips offer you a chance to explore something new with your little ones, create a variety of settings for them to ask questions, and make learning feel like an exciting adventure as you're packing up the car to leave home. I'd love to hear if you try any of these, so just click the link in the show notes to head over to our Teach Your Littles at Home Facebook group, and please share with us about the new field trip you are planning. And if you're looking for activities to pair with these field trips, then make sure to click the link in the show notes and head over to my blog, where I'm sharing lots of fun printable activities to go along with these field trips. Thanks again for tuning in today. If you found this episode helpful, I'd love for you to leave us a review in Apple Podcast and share the link with a friend. It really helps get this podcast into the hands of more moms looking for simple ways to teach their littles at home. So until next time, I hope you're able to get out and explore the neighborhood around you in a new and fun way with your little ones. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Teach Your Littles at Home. I hope you are feeling so inspired to create a new activity to do right away with your little ones.
If you like listening to my mommy, will you please leave her a review?
Before you head off to plan the next activity, would you mind leaving me a quick review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you are listening from? This is the only way for me to know if you're finding my tips, activities, and advice helpful, and I get so excited reading each and every review. I I hope this episode has left you feeling empowered to try something new with your kids this week. And if so, would you please hit the share button and share this episode with another one of your mama friends who also wants to create activities with her little ones. I can't wait to share even more fun activities with you on our next episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day playing and making memories with your little ones.